Hello people, just doing a little bit of sewing on the sheath for the svord. So I'm just looking for the knife, is here. Yeah, so I've cut it out. I'll turn the finger around at the moment. I've cut it out. I've used the... I'll put it away, but I can get this one. I'll get the pack out. Got a load of these little things. Punches. You can see them. There's a 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. Don't know, for some reason don't have 5, but there you go. And they cut it sort of, yes, nice distance. I think it was a 6mm distance or something like that. Anyway, I'll show you a second. So what I've done now is I've got the sinew. It's the green, sort of lime green sinew, fake sinew for sewing. I've waxed it. I've cut it. Each side, I'm told, is meant to be 5 times longer than your working line. It looks like a lot of fabric, thread, but you know, I'd rather. I've got plenty. Got like 100 yards of it. I don't have any leather needles, specifically leather needles, but I do have 2 large-eyed needles that I think would work fine. They've passed through the holes fine. I needed to open the holes up a bit, so I used a Dremel with a very small drill bit. I'll get it up here. It's like a little diamond bit, just to open the holes up a little bit, because I've got the welt on there for the spacing. So what I'll do now is I'll flip you around and I'll show you kind of where I'm going. Okay, so here we are. Just fed them through there. There's the 2 needles. Now what you're meant to do is put the needle through the eye and then give it about 2 inches off of that, and then you feed the needle back through the eye, and then you tie a little, we'll let it focus, there you go, and then you tie a knot, and then you take that back up to the back of the actual eye itself, and it ties it on. So that's one piece of thread with a needle on both ends. So let me turn that around. I cut the leather a bit wonky. Oh, sorry, wrong. Bear with me, and I'll just... Right, I cut a bit wonky, so it's a little bit too long there. I only noticed that when I did the line up on here, but that's fine. I'm going to round that edge off. That's the top anyway, so that'll be round off. So that's all lined up. I'm going to use a Dremel at the end to go over the edges with a barrel sander thing I've got, and then I've got some wax and stuff to make the edges nice. I put a bit of tissue on the clamp. This is like it goes under your leg there. I think they call it a sewing pony, and it just clamps down like that. And you can adjust the grip and stuff, but I didn't want any markings on the actual leather, so I thought I'd just put a bit of tissue there. This worked out fine. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to crack on sewing, and then do an update when it's done. So yeah, I've got a few video tutorials that I've watched, because there's like you do a knot as you sew. Difference being obviously with a sewing machine, it's 2 threads that are looped together through the work itself. You have an upper tension and a lower tension. Well, on this, it's 1 thread going in and out, in and out, in and out. So interesting. Never done the type of sewing before. Going to be very interesting with the old claw hand. But you know, this is what I've got now. So I've got to learn to use it instead of whinging about it. Right then, but I'll bring you back when I've moved down a little bit, when the old progress has happened. Speak to you soon. God bless. So all done. That was it was fine. It was hard going, very stiff on the fingers. But like I said, it's the hand I've got now, so got to get used to it. Change the design on the dangle a bit. And I've done like a crisscrossy pattern on the join. Done a narrowing where it sits on the on the loop. But yeah, he's the fine Colette modelling it for us. I think it looks nice. Hi. Yeah, no, I think it looks really nice. I say I've got a little bit more finishing off to do on the edges and that. But yeah, the welt was tricky. That was a new one for me. That whole kind of putting in that spacer. But no, it goes lovely. And I'm going to do a final nice pressured wet form on there. So it's got that nice little click in when it goes. But I'm happy as Larry. I mean, for my first attempt, I've got to say, I'm happy. What do you think, darling? First attempt? Yeah? And it's a nice weight. It's totally legal carry now. It closes. It's less than 3 inch. It's non-locking. Yeah, I am very happy. I've got to admit, it looks good. It almost looks like a bushcraft knife. But like I say, it's totally legal carry. So yeah, let us know what you think. Have you been doing any leather projects or anything? Yeah, I'm chuffed. And I've got a little bit of leftover leather there. I might see if I can do the same for my new Victorinox Swiss Army knife. I've got the Handyman, and it's a bit of a beast. But there's a lot of stuff on there that I can use now that I've got this dodgy hand. Like the pliers. I'm using, I've got like a multi-tool thing. And the pliers are okay, but I've still got to sort of open my hand up to use them. But with the Swiss Army knife, it's only a thumb action. So, yeah, I think they're going to be used quite a bit. But I'm thinking about just doing a very simple sort of wrap over holder for the Victorinox, with maybe using some elastics for expansion. I don't know. There's not that much left. I think I've got the leather I have. I've got a piece that's, I'd say, 7 inches by about 3.5, like a sort of oblong shape. So I'm sure we can get some use out of it. If not, then we can use it for another project. Take care. God bless.